Good morning, friends. I decided to present you today with a video tribute to our son, Ashley. Beth and I are doing much better, but we're still grappling with the emotional instability of grief. Audrey wanted to go to Los Angeles to retrieve Ashley's belongings and perhaps find some closure for the loss of her brother. She really felt she needed to do this, and so did we. When I stood before you last Sunday, I felt such an outpouring of love and compassion that I knew I couldn't continue speaking. I knew you'd understand. I know that most of you have lost loved ones, and you know the storm of emotion that this stirs. We want you to know how much we love and appreciate all of you. And we extend this love and appreciation to our internet audience. Though we can't be together in person, love really knows no distance, no barriers of time or space. Your comments are precious gems to Beth and me. I know we all want to find the right healing words to help soothe the grief of another. And we're often left with the feeling that there are no such words. But I want you to know that every single word you share is the right word. It's the love your words carry that give them their true meaning and power. Through my ministerial career, I've been called upon to help bring comfort to families who, like us, are confronted with the loss of loved ones. The times I felt most inadequate were with parents, like Beth and myself, who lost a child. It just seemed that anything I would say would fall so short of giving what I wanted to give, to ease their feelings of loss and help buffer the pain I knew they were experiencing. I always found that as I moved through these experiences, I would gradually turn away from my own feelings of inadequacy and just know that my being there was the greatest gift I could give. I would realize that everyone who attended these services created an energy of love and support that was so much greater than the words we thought we had to find. But the words are important, because every word we write or speak is an attempt to reach deep into our own heart and express what we hope will be a healing balm that will help ease the pain of the ones who are experiencing this loss. I've been asked if this experience has challenged my faith in God. This has never even occurred to me. I've made a career of understanding God and my relationship to God. This lifetime of meditation, experience, and study has done nothing but bear the fruit of an even stronger knowing that it is in God that we live and move and have our being. Through this challenging time, I've never equated any momentary lack of vision with a lack of faith. Many times, like all people, I have found myself walking in darkness, but I have never lost faith in the fact that the sun will rise again. With the passing of our son, I've experienced some very dark moments. We all have these. But I've never lost sight of the bigger picture. And it's times like these that holding that bigger picture really counts. We are spiritual beings going through this physical experience. There's a time we begin this temporary journey, and there's a time when it comes to a close. But the soul's journey never ends. My faith is grounded in knowing the truth that there is but one presence and one power in this universe, God the Good, Omnipotent. We all have subjects that capture our attention and our interest. Studies we are naturally compelled to pursue. Most of you know that I've been drawn to studies of near-death experience. I've read about and seen interviews of literally hundreds, maybe thousands of individuals who have momentarily died and then returned to their body. These reports always demonstrate that the soul is perpetually existing in a very advanced state. Life in the physical body somehow hinders our awareness of this truth. What these stories have revealed to me is that the soul is not on an evolutionary journey that promises one day we will be something more than we are now. The soul, our true essence, is all that it will ever be right now. That we do not always see this is only because, as Paul said, we're looking through a glass darkly. Within this body, we receive glimpses of insight, but the full light of the soul is obscured. One of the most commonly reported features of the near-death experience is that people are told one of two things. They are either told that it is not their time and they must return, or they're told that they can return or they can go on. Those who are told they must return, that it's not their time, rarely want to return. The unspeakable love and beauty they experience is so compelling that it makes their earth life seem small and unimportant. When they do return, they often struggle with the feeling of being confined again in a physical body. Those who are given the choice to return to their body or go on will return to their body for reasons that are important to them. I believe Ashley made the choice to go on because he felt his reason for being in this earthly experience was complete. Though we had just a vague understanding of what his life was like, we really didn't know what he was experiencing day in and day out. We know he loved us, his family, those who were closest to him. He was a very sentimental soul. Because I believe he had a choice to come back or to go on, his choice to go on is one that I honor. And I find much comfort in giving him this gift of freedom to make this choice. We will always love Ashley, and we will miss him greatly. We saw him come into this world, and now we see him leave. He will never leave our hearts and our minds. He gave us 45 years of an experience we couldn't have otherwise. We will forever cherish this gift. I would like to share with you a poem that Pam Kellerstrass reminded me of. She sent it to us. It's one that I share in my normal funeral services. And the author is James Dillett Freeman. The poem is The Traveler. And we had the privilege of meeting with Mr. Freeman. Ashley and Audrey both got to meet him when we had him visit our church at one point. This is The Traveler. He has put on invisibility. Dear Lord, I cannot see. But this I know. Although the road ascends and passes from my sight, that there will be no night, that you will take him gently by the hand and lead him on along the road of life that never ends, and he will find it is not death but dawn. I do not doubt that you are there as here, and you will hold him dear. Our life did not begin with birth. It is not of the earth. And this that we call death, it is no more than the opening and closing of a door. And in your house, how many rooms must be beyond this one where we rest momently? Dear Lord, I thank you for the faith that frees, the love that knows it cannot lose its own, the love that looking through the shadows sees that you and he and I are ever one. Again, Beth, Audrey, and I want to thank all of you for your outpouring of love and support in this time of challenge. We're working through this one day at a time, sometimes 1 hour at a time. But each day it gets a little bit easier.